But anywho, sorry, we're digressing and divulging into multiple different things. But we are here to watch a baseball game. You guys have got 1 minute left to be able to get your bets in between the Pioneers and the Reapers. I'm going to let you guys have all the time you need on this screen to be able to make your decisions. You guys do, of course, have under 60 seconds to be able to do !bet, spacebar, the team name, spacebar, and the amount you want to be able to bet. If you want to bet on any of these two teams, we currently have 82,769 caps in the fund, or in the pool, basically. Of course, Schnee bets on the Pioneers. I have bet on the Reapers. You guys have got 20 seconds left to be able to get your final bets in. It'll be a slower bets day today. Not going to be as many people here, so I don't understand. I don't, not going to say that you don't have to or you have to. That's just how it's going to be. We're doing an off-timed stream here as the bets are closed. Bets are officially closed. We officially have 63% believing in the Pioneers and 38% believing in the Reapers. Again, this is going to be the teams of Benjamin Abenduct versus Pablo Sanchez. And I guess, with that being said, let's jump right into it, shall we? Lineups for the away squad. Pioneers are going to be sporting Ashley Weber, of course, at shortstop. Marcellus Marks at second base. Ricky Henderson out in center field. One of the speed demons of the league, Ricky Henderson, holds the league lead in 11 stolen bases on the regular season so far. We're only through 6 games. Jerry Santillan will be out in left field. Knuckle Tech will be at catcher. Carlo Karonsky is going to be at DH once again. Claudia Villarta over at first. Watson second is going to be not on second, but on third. And Joey Cumberbatch will be out in right field with, of course, Benjamin Abenduct on the mound. One of the best starting pitchers in the league, sporting a 0.34 ERA, 3-0, having gone officially 26 1/3 of an inning out of his 3 starts. That means that he was technically only 2/3 of an inning away from complete gaming every single start so far. He has come out of the woodworks very hot. So if there was ever going to be a chance to compete against Benjamin Abenduct, he is putting those storylines to rest very quickly. Very, very quickly. By the way, quick little side note. Thank you, Barry Basher. Barry Basher, 2 years resub at this point. Thank you so much, Barry Basher. I do appreciate that. With the Twitch Prime, I believe, resub as well. No, not Prime. Tier 1 independent of Twitch, of Amazon Prime. Thank you so much, Barry Basher. I really do appreciate that, man. 2 years is a long time. Makes me feel kind of old. Makes me feel a little old over here. For the home squad, that's going to be the Reapers. They're still going to have a pretty solid organization over here. It's going to be a big game for both of these two squads. Amir Khan will be the leadoff batter for the Reapers. He's not having a great season so far, but he could bounce back today if he can get on Abenduct. That's going to be a bit tough to do, unfortunately. Amir Andrews has been starting to get hot as of recently. He would be batting second. He'll be over in left field. Amir Khan over at second base, by the way. Pablo Sanchez, their shortstop's batting .333. He's having a pretty solid season so far. This, however, will be the first time that Abenduct pitches against Pablo Sanchez in his career. I know it's only been technically 1 season, but still, this will be the first time that Abenduct gets to face off against Pablo Sanchez. We'll see who wins this matchup today and who is able to be the dominant force on the field. George Brett has been getting really good lately. He'll be batting 4th in the lineup. That's cleanup batting 4th, of course, and playing third base. Rocco Labastra will be over at the right field position, batting 5th, with John Doe over in center field. Cheryl Reynolds will be over at first base. Debbie Nagasawa is going to be the DH, and Ronald Lee is the catcher for the Reapers, and their pitcher on the mound will be Jib Von Drock. Jib Von Drock is going to be having an interesting season so far. He's got a 2-1 record, but that first game really hurt his ERA. He ended up giving up 6 earned runs and only 4 2/3 of an innings pitched. He's sporting a +6 ERA, but he has had quality starts in his last 2 games. So if the Reapers can get another quality start from him, that's probably all you can ask for, is just give us a fighting chance against Abenduct, and let's see what the offense can do. Maybe you can get 3 or more runs off of Abenduct, or knock him out of the game early. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be a battle between Pablo Sanchez and the top 4 batters of the Reapers against Benjamin Abenduct. That's going to be the matchup of the day. So, if you guys are all set and ready to go, let's jump into our game of the day. Again, welcome back to BYP field number 7. Again, this matchup's going to be Pioneers, the Oregon Pioneers, versus the Carolina Reapers. It's a beautiful day here at BYP field number 7, even though it's technically 7:30 in the afternoon. Or evening, I guess, technically. I don't know. Hope we'll probably get the sunset here in just a little bit. But Jib Von Drock, the left-handed ace pitcher for the Reapers, is on the mound. Ashley Weber will represent the away squad as we begin our game of the day. Again, guys, it's a beautiful stadium, beautiful day. We're ready to go, and a 2-1 pitch is going to be on the way from Jib Von Drock, again, to Ashley Weber. The Reapers have been having a good season so far. They're 3-2, mostly helped out by Jib Von Drock in his last 2 starts. This one's going to get driven into the left center field gap, and that's going to be a great start for the Pioneers. Ashley Weber heads in for second base, and it'll be a leadoff double for the leadoff batter of the Pioneers. Not a good start there for the left-handed pitching Jib Von Drock. That gives the Pioneers a chance to be able to tack on some runs early in this ball game. Up to bat next, Marcellus marks nobody out. Runner on second. 1-2 pitch on the way.
Strike 3.
Swung on and missed, strike 3. Good piece of pitching right there by Von Drock. Gets the strikeout, first out of the top of the first, and Ricky Henderson is up to bat next. Henderson is batting .438 for the regular season. He's got an OPS of 1.591 and 11 stolen bases to boot. It has been a glorious season for Ricky Henderson so far, and exactly why the Pioneers got him. Full count pitch on the way. Fly ball out to center field. There to make the play of the center fielder. That's Doe, not Joe. Doe makes the grab, retires Ricky Henderson 2 down, and Ashley Weber still standing on second base. Jerry Santillan up to bat next, batting .375 on the regular season so far through 6 games, I believe. And a 1-2 pitch on the way. Inside outs it to right center field. That's going to go to the wall. It's going to score the run. Ashley Weber flies home into second base. Goes Santillan. And is he going to hold there? We can't quite see. And the answer is yes. He will hold at second base as the Pioneers get the first run of the ball game. Man, I thought he was just going to barely be able to, like, pop it maybe out to an outfielder or an infielder, but Jerry Santillan with a drive to right center field is able to get the double, and that will score in the first run. Ashley Weber scores once again, and Santillan is now batting .400 on the regular season. Pioneers have taken the lead. They've got a runner on second base, 2 down, and a 1-1 pitch on the way. And that's going to be Knuckle Tech driving it out to left, but there to make the grab is the left fielder, Andrews. Pioneers get the run. I believe they get 2 hits in the inning, and they'll strand 1. It's 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the first. Well, that's a good start for Abendcut. That might be all he needed. Unfortunately, considering how good he's been this season, that might be all he needs. Abendcut is currently 3-0, 8 hits given up all season in 3 starts, 1 earned run, 6 walks, and 38 strikeouts. He has an ERA of 0.34. He is doing phenomenally, even though he is a fly ball oriented pitcher. Oh my gosh, if the Reapers tag Abendcut, I mean, it is somewhat due. He is due to have like a regression game, but ooh, it's tough. The Pioneers do not play in the NAL. They play in the SDL, which is a pitchers friendly league. The NAL is the league that got all the good hitting. But the Carolina Reapers do have some bats of their own. Amir Khan will be the first person here in the bottom of the first. Left-handed pitching Abendcut versus the right-handed batting Amir Khan. And hello, Brent. Hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. I'm feeling a little bit better, enough that I'm okay to at least have the lights all turned off and just look at a screen for maybe an hour or two and then go to sleep. So we're going to play a game, maybe do an RTS, and then call it a night. Amir Khan's going to have a 2-2 pitch on the way from Benjamin Abenduct, who has 2 complete game shutouts. And that's going to be strike 3 on the changeup of all pitches. Abendcut gets K number 1, and that's probably going to be one of many Ks that he's going to have in today's ball game. Amir Andrews is going to be the next batter. He's got a little bit of pop, 2 home runs in the regular season, but unfortunately only batting .217. 1-1 pitch on the way from Abenduct. Popped up on the infield, second baseman charging in, makes the call, makes the play. Marks gets the glove on the ball, and 2 are down. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first, and this will be our first time seeing Pablo Sanchez against Benjamin Abenduct. This is a huge matchup right about here. We're going to go ahead and just do a whole entire at-bat, though. We'll do pitch by pitch later in the game if there's a chance to be able to see a tying run situation. Not that there isn't right now, but a more intense moment. Pablo Sanchez, one of the better hitters in the league, 2 home runs. He's batting .333 on the season, but that OPS is at a 1.027. So it's not too bad, but he has been a little bit slow on the slugging so far this year. We are playing in Mexico one more time. Yes, this will always be our field for right now. For this season at least, this is our stadium. So we'll see about changing it up down the road, but this is going to be our stadium for now. Pablo, first pitch on the way from Abenduct. Pablo smacks it to the right side. Second baseman's there to make the play, though. Well done by Marks. He makes the grab. 1, 2, 3, go the Reapers. And we'll head to the top of the second. It's 1-0 Pioneers. Abendcut needed 23 pitches to get through the top of the first, and Karl Karansky is going to be the first person up against him here in the top of the second. 1-2 pitch on the way from Abendcut. Line drive to the shortstop, who makes the play. Sanchez took about 2 steps back, reached up, made the grab, and the taller Pablo Sanchez than he was in the video games, being about, where's his height information? 5'7" is able to make the grab. Even though he's not a tall shortstop, he's able to get a little bit of distance and be able to make that play. And that's going to be the first out here in the in the top of the second. Claudio Vallarta, 2-2 pitch on the way from Van Drak. Out to center it goes. Vallarta is going to put a drive in this one. Up against the wall it goes. It's going to be an extra base hit for Claudio Vallarta. 1 out double for the number 7 batter, I believe, for the Pioneers. And that's going to bring around Watts on second for runner in scoring position. Abendcuct's not getting a great chance on the balls in play. They are kind of falling. 3 hits so far now for the Pioneers, as we have a runner on second, 1 down, and Watts on second. He's going to have a 2-2 pitch on the way.
Strike 3.
And that's strike 3. Swung on and missed. Watts on second, unfortunately, continues to struggle so far here in Season 2, and that'll leave it all up to Joey Cumberbatch. 2 down, runner on second here in the top of the second. And Cumberbatch is 1-1 pitch on the way. There goes the runner. They're going to try to steal third base, and they'll get third base. Vallarta is able to take third base for free, even on a pretty good arm of Ronald Lee, but the hold of Abendcut was not quite so good, and that is probably why they were able to get that stolen base right there. Good job, though, by the Pioneers, though. Get an opportunity, put the runner at third. Maybe a single still would have scored you, but still good to be closer in case of like a balk or a wild pitch. Abendcut now has to just focus on Cumberbatch. 2-2 pitch on the way.
Strike 3.
And that swung on and missed, strike 3. Abendcut gets back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It's still 1-0. Pioneers left the runner on third base 90 feet from home, and we'll head to the bottom of the second inning. George Brett is going to be the first person up against Benjamin Abenduct here. Abenduct just needed 10 pitches to be able to get through the bottom of the first. And we'll have the cleanup hitter here, George Brett. Full count pitch on the way. Ground ball to the first baseman, who picks it up, takes it to the bag. That's going to be Villarta making the play. Took a little bit of a battle there, but Abenduct does get the victory in the end. It took him 6 pitches to get to that one. And Rocco Labastra is going to be the next batter here. First pitch on the way from Abenduct to Labastra. Ground ball to second base. Second baseman, it'll make the play, fires it over to first, and that will be the second out of the inning. The Pioneers' defense, if my memory is correct, is also pretty good. It's a very good defense, and it's going to be hard to get lucky on balls in play against Abenduct. You really almost have to just out-home run him. That really is one of the only ways to defeat him. Abenduct. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. He's only had 7 pitches in the inning so far, and John Doe is going to be up to bat next. And an 0-2 pitch on the way. And a late swing and a miss. Abenduct with a sweeping curveball gets the out. That's number 40 on the season for Abenduct. And 1, 2, 3 go the Reapers. They are looking a little helpless against Abenduct so far. We'll go to the top of the third. It's 1-0 in favor of the away squad. Top of the third we are. The Pioneers have not looked very good, unfortunately. I'm sorry, the Pioneers. The Reapers' offense has not looked very good. It's still a 1-0 ball game, which means it's still close enough. But 3 hits for the Pioneers. They have left 2 on base in scoring position in both innings. So they are still getting to Jib Von Drock, who has thrown 45 pitches just to get here. And it's been a bit of a struggle. 2-1 pitch on the way to Ashley Weber, the number 1 batter. Flied out to left just over the leaping Pablo Sanchez, and that'll be a leadoff single for the Pioneers. They just continue to have Jib Von Drock's number for some reason. They haven't had the big hits yet, but then again, they don't really have a person who has the ability to get the big hits. They just basically get little singles here and there, steal some bases, get themselves in scoring position, and then just get runs home. The Pioneers have got a runner on first base now to lead off the inning. Marcellus Marks up to bat next, and this is an opportunity for Weber to steal. First pitch on the way, and there she goes. Here comes the throw. No throw at all. Juggling the ball on the transfer is the catcher, and that's going to be just a free stolen base for Ashley Weber. 4 for 4 on the season for her now. Marcellus Marks is going to have a 3-0 pitch, and that's going to be low ball 4. So not a bad idea to give him the 4-pitch walk, basically. And they'll get the force play back on, and they can try to turn 2 against Ricky Henderson, maybe. Maybe. That's a tough ask. You've got some speedy people on the base pass. Marks can steal, Weber can steal, and Henderson is fast at the plate. He can definitely steal. It's a bad situation here for Jib Von Drock and the Reapers. First pitch on the way. There goes the runners, and they're not even going to get a throw. They're going to take the bases uncontested. That one was probably stolen off of the pitcher more than the catcher at that point, but Ronald Lee is just not even able to really have a shot. And that's going to put runners on second and third. Do you just walk Ricky Henderson to get to Santillan? I don't even know now at this point. Jib Von Drock, 54 pitches now in the ball game. Top of the third. He's going to have a 3-1 pitch to Henderson, and it will be another walk. Nice attempt there by Ronald Lee to try to get that framing job, but it was just off the edge. And we will have the bases loaded for Jerry Santillan. This is not technically the worst situation to get into. Santillan is probably a lesser hitter than Ricky Henderson. However, at the same time, you just don't want to give yourself a chance to be able to have a big hit here for the Pioneers. This would just blow the game wide open, and Abendcut does not need more than like 2 runs in a ball game to win a game. He really does not. Jerry Santillan, base is loaded. Nobody out here in the top of the third. It is looking treacherous here for the Reapers. Full count pitch from Von Drake. Swung on and missed strike 3. A huge strikeout. Huge strikeout there for Jib Von Drock. Number 4 on the evening. 64 pitches now for him. I mean, the worst part is that he's having to get the pitch total way up high to make this happen. So he's probably only going to manage to go 5 or 6 innings at most. So you're going to have to get to the bullpen sooner, and this is your ace. This should be your best person for this job. Knuckle Tech, over 1 in the ball game. Bases loaded, 1 down. Double play would get you out of the inning, and you do have the defense for that. First pitch on the way. It's going to be a wild pitch. The runners will hold, though. It got a little bit away from Lee, but he was able to basically get just enough on it to smother it around home plate. The runners were getting antsy, but it will be ball one. Whew, that could have been bad. Jib Van Drake breathes a huge sigh of relief. Ronald Lee's got his back. And a 3-1 pitch. That one misses. Ball four. They will walk in a run. You gotta pitch to contact there. Jib Van Drake got a little bit too fancy, tried to get the strikeout and just couldn't quite hit the outside corner, and it'll be a 5-pitch walked knuckle tech, and that'll bring up Carl Kuronsky. It's now 2-0 Pioneers. The bases loaded still, and only one down in the inning. Kuronsky, 0-2 pitch on the way, late swing and a miss. So Jib Van Drake still getting the big strikeouts, but unfortunately that walk is going to be painful. Claudia Villarta is 1-for-1 in the ball game. She steps up to the plate, lefty against lefty here. Jib Van Drake trying to get out of the inning, only giving up the one run on the basically bases loaded walk to Knuckle Tech. 1-0 pitch to Villarta. She puts it in the air, out to center. On comes center fielder, making the grab is Doe. The Pioneers will strand the bases loaded. They do get one run. It's only going to be 2-0 in favor of the away squad as we go to the bottom of the third. Well, that could have been way worse. That really could have been way, way worse. So, thankfully, it wasn't much worse than that. But still, you got to do better than that against Abendcut. Abendcut has only had 21 pitches through 2 innings. He is like a third of what Jib Van Drake has done in terms of pitches, as he has Cheryl Reynolds, Debbie Nagasawa, and Ronald Lee here in the bottom of the third. 2-2 pitch on the way to Reynolds, who's batting .091, and that's going to be a called strike 3. Down goes Reynolds, and that's the first out of the bottom of the third. Yep, that was right on the black, right where Abendcut wanted it. Great changeup. He's using that changeup really well tonight. That's actually a bad sign, because if the knuckleball is doing just fine, the changeup is the pitch you actually could potentially hit. And if that's hitting its spots, we're in for a rough night, guys. Debbie Nagasawa looks out to the mound as a 1-2 offering comes in from Abendcut. Up and in with a changeup. This one was a bad location, but still gets Nagasawa swinging. It was just unpredictable enough that Abendcut gets strikeout number 4 of the evening. So, Ronald Lee is the final hope here then for the Reapers in the bottom of the third. That was an up and in changeup. Wow. It just is so different than the knuckleball and anything else that he throws. It's just still off-putting enough. Ronald Lee, number 9 batter here for the Reapers. First pitch on the way. Ground ball over to first. That's going to be the first baseman picking up. Going over to first base is the bag to Villarta. And that will be a side retired, 3 up, 3 down. 2 strikeouts, 1 ground out. Abendcut gets through 3. And it's going to be 2-0 still in favor of the Pioneers as we head to the top of the 4th. Hey, we don't mention that, Hollywood. Come on. we don't mention stuff like that yet, okay? Wait till at least the 6th inning or something like that. All right, top of the 4th we go. Jib Van Drake has 74 pitches under his belt. He's been struggling. He's only given up 2 runs, which is still fine. He's got to get through like a couple of quick innings here, though. Watson second is going to be the first to bat here, and a 1-1 pitch is flied out to center. That's going to fall in for a single. The Pioneers continue just to get lucky hits. Just like lucky little hits here and there. That is hit number 5 off of Jib Van Drake. And that'll put a runner on first with nobody out. Watson second, also a very good stealer as well. And the first pitch, and we're going to get a balk. They say he broke his hand before he stepped off. All the umpires see it. Second moves to second, and it'll be a runner on second base, nobody out. Joey Cumberbatch, 0-2 pitch. Flied out to center. There to make the grab is center fielder. Nicely done by, John Doe. John Doe makes the nice play out in center, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Ashley Weber, the number 1 batter here now for the Pioneers. Runner on second still. And a 2-2 pitch. Fly ball out to left center field, and it's going to fall in for another extra base hit. Ashley Weber heads for second. She'll slide in there, and it'll be an RBI double for the leadoff batter of the Pioneers. Man, it's like 1,000 cuts death, basically. Just little bits here, little bits there, but always just getting people in scoring position and scoring in runs are the Pioneers. This is a slow death, basically, here for the Reapers. It's kind of sad. Jed Von Drake, 86 pitches now as he's got Marcellus Marks to play against. Runner on second, that's Weber. She can steal, too. 0-2 pitch. There's the strikeout. So the strikeouts are still happening for Von Drake, but it just becomes more and more obvious that he has to be more dominant every single inning as he does get Marcellus Marks to strike out. That's strikeout number 6 of the game. And Jid Von Draka's got 2 down here in the top of the 4th. Ricky Henderson looks out to the pitcher's mound. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game, does have a walk to his name. And a 3-0 pitch is going to be outside ball 4. So they didn't even really try to pitch against him. And that will be a 4-pitch walk. And up next will be Jerry Santillan. Runners on first and second. They're both obviously going to be tempting to steal here. They'd both be fantastic steal opportunities. And the first pitch on the way from Von Drake. Flied out. No, popped up on the infield. My apologies. Second baseman there to make the play. Khan gets the out. The run is in. 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on. The Pioneers will get their lead up to 3, and we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 3-0 in favor of the away squad. And this is about where Abenduct is like, okay, guys, I got it from here. We're good. we're solid. Again, Abenduct has pitched 3 almost complete game shutouts. He's given up 1 run all season so far. He has the top of the order here in the bottom of the 4th. Amir Khan is going to be the first batter up. And a 2-1 pitch on the way. Popped up on the infield. And there to make the play is a third baseman. That's going to be second. And that'll be the first out in the bottom of the 4th. Wish it was more obvious in an OTP whether it would be a pop-up or a flyout. I know, sometimes it's like, okay, maybe if we had a better camera angle, I could see that. But because of the fact that we have a close camera view, it becomes a little bit difficult to know, like, okay, how much of a distance out from the batter's box is the ball traveling. That's just where if we had a better, if we were using this angle right here, we probably would know instantly if it's an infield or outfield fly ball. But because we use the close-up, batter's cam, which I prefer, it becomes a little bit more difficult to understand what the depth of the ball is, unfortunately. Maybe I'll look into doing something with the field of view or the angle or something that'll make it a little bit more obvious, but yeah, it's a bit problematic right now. Amir Andrews, after Amir Khan, is going to be the next batter at this point. And a 1-2 pitch on the way from Abenduct is flied out to right field. There to make the grab, though, is Cumberbatch. And that'll be 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. And we get to do another matchup. All right, folks, it's time again for Pablo Sanchez versus Benjamin Abenduct. This is the matchup we want at least 3 times, preferably 4 times if possible. But Pablo against Benjamin Abenduct. Pablo, I believe, grounded out, or did he pop up in the first inning? I think he popped up in the bottom of the 1st. And this time, he's going to have a 1-2 pitch on the way from Abenduct. Smacks it down the right field line. Fair ball! Pablo heads for second. Here comes the throw back in, and Pablo is going to break up the no-no, and it's going to be a 2-out double for Pablo Sanchez. If there's anybody that can do it, it's going to be Pablo Sanchez. He'll stand on second, finally being able to get a hit for the Reapers here in the bottom of the 4th. It was a ground out in the first inning. Okay, good. Right. It went to Marcellus Marks. That's right. First pitch ground out to Marcellus Marks was the first inning for Pablo Sanchez, and now he smacks it into the right field line for a double. So finally our first hit, first person in scoring position, and George Brett has a chance to give the Reapers a run here if they can get a single. 1-0 pitch on the way from Abenduct. And that's hit up in the air to right field, but there to make the grab is Cumberbatch. 4th inning is over. They do get their first hit of the ball game, but the Reapers will strand the runner in scoring position. We'll head to the top of the 5th. It is still 3-0 in favor of the Pioneers. So the Reapers at least can say they got something off of Abenduct at this point. Now it's just hopeful they can get a run off of him down the road. Jib Von Drake, 94 pitches here in the top of the 4th. And he'll have Knuckle Tech Carl Kuransky and Claudia Villarta at least. 1-2 pitch on the way, swung on and missed, strike 3. Yeah, getting just a run seems hard enough as it is off Abendcut right now. He's just been so good this year. Like, I don't think he's even like changed that much. He's just so good. How did you make your character so good, Schnee? You didn't get any advantages with him. He's just almost perfect. It's ridiculous, kind of. Carl Kuransky is going to be the next. But there are other people who have good knuckleballs, Schnee. Like Tim Gross and Kaz Cappy. They've got the same level knuckleball that you have. But they're just like an entire step below you. Oh, hi. Oh, it's time to do prayers. Hold on, folks. It's time to take a quick little ad break. We will be right back here in the top of the 5th. I got to go put a little one down to bed. That's true. You didn't do velocity and you didn't do ground ball percentage. You did more of other things. So I guess that does make sense. But a 3-minute ad break, everybody. Go enjoy some water. Get up, stretch, get some water. I'll be back in 3 minutes. Yep. All right. We are back. Back on with our game at this point as well. I have velocity and a no-hitter. That's true, Cascappy. You do have those to your name at least. You have specialized, and you have been successful at the very least. Maybe not as successful as Abendcut, but you are still successful, okay? Jib Von Drock, one down here in the top of the 5th as we return from our ad break. Carl Kuransky is the next batter here. 98 pitches for Von Drock. He wants quick outs here, quick outs. That might do it. Up the middle to second baseman, over to first. One pitch there, and that's an out. Very, very nice. Couple of quick at-bats now for Big Jib Von Drake, and that's a good way to get started here in the top of the 5th. 99 pitches, and he might be able to get out of here before he gets too high into the low 100s. Claudia Villarta is going to be the next batter with 2 down here, and a 2-1 pitch on the way from Jib. Fly ball. Just past the infield. Shortstop Pablo Sanchez goes out, makes the play, makes the grab. And 1-2-3 go the Pioneers for the first time all game in the top of the 5th. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Score is still 3-0 in favor of the Pioneers. Yeah, 99 pitches, not that great. But considering how rough of an outing it has been for Jib Von Drake, 3 runs is actually acceptable. It's actually acceptable. Yes, the Pioneers are a speed team. Their job is to get on base, get some singles here and there, and then just run all the way to third base. Like that's literally their job, is to like get on base, run to third, get driven in by a single. So they'll score 1 run like every other inning. That would be like their best option, would be to score 5 runs. It happens every other inning or so, and they just outpace you. They just outpace you, basically. And of course, they have Abendcut. What more could you really want than him? Speaking of what more could you want than Abendcut, 46 pitches for Benjamin Abenduct so far in the game. He is now entering the bottom of the 5th. And Rocco Labastra, switch hitter, will be the first one to bat here. And a 1-2 pitch on the way.
Strike 3.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That is going to be a strikeout number 5 for Benjamin Abenduct. John Doe going to be the next batter here in the bottom of the 5th. And another 1-2 pitch on the way, and that's going to be called strike 3. Looking at it is Doe, and that's going to be strikeout number 6. No, yeah, 6 now at this point. I mean, no, I'm on the bats. Bats even. I'd ask for Kaz Cappy, to be honest, maybe even Pablo. What about both? Well, nobody can claim Pablo, unfortunately. Nobody has control over Pablo except for the commissioner. So when it's always everyone else's fault why your team loses, perhaps it's I mean, you're not wrong, Dukeston. That is a point where I was like, okay, if every single team you join fails, is it the team? So I don't know. There could just always be the idea like, look, there's just bad luck. There's like bad juju or something. Like something wrong with the character that I made or something like that. I don't know. That's all in addition to Abenduct. Yeah, that's true, though. That is true as well, though. Abenduct's team last year wasn't that good. I remember. So if my memory's correct, he was on the Whistlers, and the Whistlers were, I think, last place last year. So Abenduct has had his own fair share of rougher teams. Going first or second in the draft is almost always going to guarantee you you know, really either a hit or miss team. It's just either you're really good or you're really bad. I don't know why it does it that way, but it's just tough. It's really tough to get high up in the draft or late in the draft and still be like really successful. The extremities seem to be a problem for our draft. I don't know why. Gerald Reynolds, 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th, and a 2-2 offering from Abenduct. And he's going to strike out the side. Abenduct gets strikeout number 7 in the bottom of the 5th. It's still not a great outing for him in terms of strikeouts, but he has the one hitter going into the bottom of the 5th here as he closes the door on the bottom of the 5th. We'll head to the 6th inning. It's still 3-0 in favor of the Pioneers. Jib Von Drake is going to go out for hopefully one more inning of work. That's all they could really hope for at this point. The Reapers are going to have Ty 24 available. They probably will have Kathy Wolf as an option, but it'll probably be Ty 24 and then Angelique Harding coming in to hopefully go 7 and 8 and 9 if they can get out of the 6th inning here with Von Drake. Watts on second is going to be the first batter here in the top of the 6th. And a first pitch on the way. Ground ball. Pablo picks it up, fires across the diamond, and that'll be 1 pitch, 1 out. That is what Jib Von Drake needed earlier in the ball game. There were so many innings, like in the first 4 innings, where Jib Von Drake had the first batter get on base, and it just derailed the entire inning. Joey Cumberbatch is going to be up to bat next, and an 0-1 offering on the way. And that's hit high. That one's hit deep to right center field, and Cumberbatch has gone yard. Jib Von Drake got a little bit too contact-oriented on the pitching, and he gives up a solo homer to Joey Cumberbatch, 436 feet, and it's now officially out of save opportunity. It's now 4-0 in favor of the Pioneers, and that is more than enough for Abenduct. And it's got to be the end of Jib Von Drake's evening here pretty soon if he keeps going like this. Ashley Weber is going to be the next batter now. 1 down here in the top of the 6th after the solo homer of Joey Cumberbatch. Man, the Pioneers have 2 cold batters, but one of them just hit a home run, his first of the season. 2-2 pitch on the way to Weber. Has to be called strike 3. Nicely done by Lee. Getting a nice framing job right about there, and that's going to be 8 strikeouts on the evening for Jib Von Drake. In all honesty, that is not the worst outing for Jib Von Drake. He will be pulled here in the top of the 6th, and that will be his ball game, but at the end of the day, it's not a terrible outing. It's just you're up against one of the best pitchers in the league, and you can't do that. 5 2/3 innings pitch for Von Drake. 4 earned runs, 8 strikeouts, 4 walks. The walks probably the part that killed him, basically. You just can't have walks against the Pioneers. That's just asking for them to steal off of you, and they have been stealing. It is officially 1, 2, 3, 4 stolen bases so far for the Pioneers. Angelique Harding is actually going to come in and pitch here in the top of the 6th, so they'll probably have Ty 24 pitch the 8th and the 9th. Full count pitch on the way to Marcellus Marks here. Grounded to shortstop. Pablo Sanchez makes a good play, makes a good strong throw, and that will retire the side. So technically, it's a 4-up, 3 down as the solo homer for Joey Cumberbatch gives the Pioneers a build on their lead. It's now 4-0, and we'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th we go. The Reapers would love to get back around to the top of their lineup, see if they can get some of their bats to finally wake up a little bit here. Debbie Nagasawa is going to be the first batter here in the bottom of the 6th, and Benjamin Abenduct is only at 59 pitches. 0-2 pitch on the way from Abenduct. He's starting to get into a bit of a groove, but this one's going to be hit to the shortstop, and over the shortstop's head it goes. Wow, Nagasawa fights off the knuckleball for a single. Abenduct gives up a rare leadoff bat hit, and it'll be a runner on first base, and it'll bring up Ronald Lee. All right, well, they've got some chances here. They got the top of the order up next. And they'll have Ronald Lee chance to be able to, I mean, at this point, you almost want just to bunt the runner over to second. Just put them in scoring position. Benjamin Abenduct, 7 strikeouts, 62 pitches. And he's going to have an 0-2 pitch on the way. And they say he offered strike 3 after they checked the first base umpire. And that's going to be strikeout number 8 on the evening for Benjamin Abenduct. 1 down now in the bottom of the 6th. Runner on first base, still Amir Khan is the next batter. You got to get something here, Khan. You got to wake up here. You got to wake up. Khan is 0 for 2 in the ball game so far. He's got the really good eye, really good contact, some decent speed as well. And a 1-2 pitch. Hits down the line to third base. It gets past the third baseman. It's going to go almost all the way to the wall. Left fielder cuts it off. Here comes the throw into the cutoff man. They're going to send the runner home. Here comes the throw home. No throw home. It will be an RBI double for Amir Khan. Wow, that was a late slide. What was that, Gabe? All right, we have to watch that again. Great job right there by Amir Khan, getting a great pitch to loop just down the line. The runner had to go all the way around from first base, and they sent the runner. The speed was good enough, and there's the correct slide right there. Just a little bit of a late slide from the from the runner, unfortunately. So it'll be an RBI double for Amir Khan, and they get a run off of Abenduct. Yeah, I don't know what AZAxle was doing there with that slide, but we do appreciate the celebratory slide after scoring the run, I guess. And Amir Andrews is going to be up to bat for runner on second base. That's Amir Khan. And an 0-1 pitch on the way. Hit high in the air to left field, going out to left fielder. He's going to make the play, though. They're going to send Amir Khan for third base, and they're going to get Amir Khan to third base. Santillan doesn't have the best arm out in left, and they were able to just basically get it into the cutoff man, and that will bring up Pablo Sanchez, the runner on third base. This is what you'll want to see. Abenduct in a little bit of trouble now at this point. Man, it's going to be an interesting battle here. We're going to go pitch by pitch on this one right here because I actually do care about this. Let's see what Abenduct versus Sanchez looks like in a runner on third base situation. First pitch on the way to Pablo. And that looked like it was in there for a strike. Yep, it was. Pablo looks at strike one as Abenduct getting that knuckle ball to just float right into the corner. 0-1 pitch is low and away. Ball one. Just off the edge of the changeup. Wow, that was close. Knuckle tech just not quite good enough to get the framing job right there, unfortunately. Pablo stares back out to the mound. Runner on third base is Khan. He's got a little bit of speed. 1-1 pitch on the way. Slammed to the third baseman who picks it up, fires across the diamond, and Pablo is retired. So the opportunity for the Reapers will only prevail in one run. It'll now be a 4-1 score as we head to the top of the seventh. But still, you got one run off of Abenduct. That is still, in most senses of the word, an accomplishment. Angelique Harding back out on the mound for the heart of the order for the Pioneers. Up to bat first, Ricky Henderson. 2-2 offering on the way to Henderson. This one's going to be hit out to right center field. That's going to be trouble. It's going to go to the wall. Henderson can fly. Here he comes into second. He'll slide into second base into an upstart slide, or a stand-up slide, basically. Or pop-up slide. Pop-up slide. What am I thinking? Pop-up slide for Ricky Henderson, just in case the cutoff didn't quite work so well, and it'll be a leadoff double for Ricky Henderson. And that is an interesting opportunity now to steal, although Lee's arm and Harding's hold is actually pretty good. I don't think I would try to steal right here. Santillan, first pitch, check swing, and the catcher's just not going to be able to do anything about it. Stolen base number 12 of the regular season for Ricky Henderson as he was off on the pitch, and Santillan's check swing was just enough to kind of disturb Ronald Lee, and he was barely able just to make sure he caught the ball on that fastball at 97 on the outside part of the plate. Harding looking back into the sign. They're going to just have to ignore Henderson now. 0-2 offering. Strike three. Swung on and missed on the circle changeup. Nicely done right there by Angelique Harding. One down now in the inning. Runner on third base, and Knuckle Tech is going to be the next batter. Angelique Harding and that control looking pretty good so far. 1-0 pitch on the way. And they're going to try to steal home. And they're going to do it. Ricky Henderson catches the Reaper sleeping and stole home. Wow. I know, I did say they don't have to pay attention to him. I didn't think they'd actually take that literally. Wow. Ricky Henderson is able to just completely steal the base off of Harding and Ronald Lee. And there will be nobody on base. We're back outside of the save situation. Knuckle Tech, 2-0 pitch. Ground ball to first base. This would have scored the run anyways. That's going to be an infield ground out. And yeah, Ricky Henderson just doing Ricky Henderson things, basically. 13 stolen base for Ricky Henderson in that entire at-bat right about there. And Carl Karonsky is going to be up against Harding. And the first pitch on the way. Popped up on the infield. Third baseman Brett. No, pitcher actually going to make the play. Harding says, I got it. Makes the out. And we go to the 7th inning stretch. As the song plays in the background, I question why Ricky hits third and not leadoff. So Ricky has, I think, the most power on the team. So while he would be an excellent leadoff batter, he actually works really well as a number 3 batter. And he's batting like .430 right now. So sure, you could put him leadoff and put Ashley maybe second. Maybe we'll look into that. Maybe that's a better option, is to have Ashley bat second and Ricky bat first. And then you could have Santillan bat third, and then Marks fourth? I don't know. I don't know sometimes. I mean, it is working. It is working fairly decently. Marks is having a terrible season so far, but Weber's been great in the leadoff spot, and Henderson's been fantastic in the number 3 spot. Yeah, I would almost be with Schnee, where it's like, it's working, don't change it. Don't mess with it. It's working right now. Maybe if they start to have some losses, we'll look into maybe changing it. But the Pioneers have a 5-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the 7th. George Brett is going to be the first batter here for the Reapers in the bottom of the inning. And a 1-2 offering from Abenduct. Swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Abenduct. Yeah, changing while winning only helps the opposition's momentum. Exactly. Yeah. Maybe that's why I wanted it changed. This guy's Cappy. Hey, don't question the strategy here. We all want to make sure that Abenduct doesn't get the best option. That's kind of the reason why. All right, strikeout number 9 for Benjamin Abenduct and Rocco Labastra. 1-2 pitch on the way to him, and that's going to be called strike 3. Double digits for Abenduct in the ball game as we are in the bottom of the 7th. And that'll bring up John Doe. Final opportunity here for the Reapers in the bottom of the 7th. They're having some struggles. They are having some struggles against Benjamin Abenduct. 2-1 pitch on the way. Doe slaps it over to first base. First baseman Villarta retires the side. And 3 up, 3 down go the Reapers in the bottom of the 7th. We go to the top of the 8th. I question why Ricky isn't batting 9th. Yeah, let's just completely disregard his whole entire ability to perform well. Why not? Just get rid of the entire reason we drafted him in the 3rd round. Good grief. Angelique Harding still on the mound. I'm guessing Ty 24 is probably going to be coming in here pretty soon, as we have Claudia Villarta in the bottom of the order. 1-1 pitch on the way to Villarta. Popped up into left field. On comes the left fielder. There to make the play is Andrews. And that's going to be the first out here in the top of the 8th. What's on second? The right-handed batting third baseman is going to be next up to bat. And a 2-2 pitch on the way.
Strike 3.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Down goes What's on second. And it's going to be 2 down now. Harding gets another strikeout of the evening, her 2nd of the game. I think Ricky should get traded to the Cluckers, says Tim Gross. They need him. I mean, it's interesting, Tim Gross. A lot of people doubted the Ricky Henderson pick. And now it's looking like as if it's one of the best picks you could have gotten. Like, he's probably doing better than Roman Aday. He's doing better than probably Dean Danger. Like, a lot of people would prefer Ricky Henderson right about now. So, I don't know. There are some picks where I'm like, I think I did a bad pick here. Tony Del Vecchio, I know Qui-Gon Jake questioned the Tony Del Vecchio pick. Tony Del Vecchio is driving the Rockets right now. Him and King Griffey Jr. are destroying teams. So some of these picks are actually playing out very, very well. Joey Cumberbatch is going to be the next batter here in the top of the 8th. And the 0-1 offering from Angelique Harding. Ground ball to the shortstop. That's going to be Pablo Sanchez making the play. 1, 2, 3, go the Pioneers. We go to the bottom of the 8th. You mean Tony is flying the Rockets? Yeah, there you go, Tim Gross. There you go. Yeah, Rocket Man indeed. I think Ash Weber and Ricky Henderson should be traded to the Queens. Didn't they both play for the Queens? Like a season or 2 ago? Hold on, didn't they play for the Queens? No, Ashley was on the Captains, but I thought Henderson was on the Queens. Maybe it was a different season or something, but I vaguely remember Ricky Henderson playing on the Queens for some reason. Oh, that's right, Roman Day is hitting pretty fine. Never mind. Not Roman Day. Roman Day is doing quite nicely. I love how you don't want to trade me away, just everyone else. That's true, Shani. That is true. You're not the troublemaker. It's just that you have support. Cheryl Reynolds will be the first batter here. The number 7 batter up against Benjamin Abenduct. Yeah. Let's trade Weber for Pablo Sanchez. We can swap them, right? Yeah. That would work. 2-2 pitch from Abenduct. It's a swing and a miss very late there by Cheryl Reynolds. Strikeout number 11 for Benjamin Abenduct. Now it's just cruise control for him. It's just cruise control now. 92 pitches. He's gonna go another complete game. I just don't see the Reapers having anything until maybe the bottom of the 9th here. Debbie Nagasawa. Full count pitch against Nagasawa. This one's hit the center field. That's hit pretty well. Henderson going back is able to have enough time to get to the ball and makes the play. That one was hit well by Nagasawa, but it is going to be the second out of the inning as Ricky Henderson and his speed is able to make that grab. Ronald Lee is going to be the last hope here then in the bottom of the 8th. We're now up to 98 pitches, though, for Abendcut, so he's going to start to get a little tired. Full count pitch on the way to Lee. Fly ball to left center field. That's going to fall in. It's going to be an extra base hit. Over to second base goes Ronald Lee. He's going to get in there with a 2-out double. Good piece of hitting right there for Ronald Lee to plop in a double. Here we are in the bottom of the 8th, and Amir Khan a chance to be able to actually drive a run home. This would be a great opportunity here against Benjamin Abenduct. That might actually make his evening end a little bit prematurely if he can't get this out right here. It is Benjamin Abenduct, though. I wouldn't be surprised if he just strikes him out on 3 pitches. But we're going to go ahead and go to pitch by pitch for now. Abenduct's first pitch to Amir Khan is going to be over and away, ball 1. A little bit too up and a little bit too out. And it's going to be ball 1 to Amir Khan, who has a great eye, by the way. 1-0 pitch on the way. That's going to be ball 2. So they might just walk Amir Khan. Like, that might be an option here, too. Amir Khan, 2-0 pitch on the way from Abenduct. He's now up to 107 on the evening. Khan fights it off down the right field line, but foul it goes. It'll now be a 2-1 pitch on the way. Khan liked the location enough on that knuckle curveball, but it was a good pitch, and he almost flied it out to Joey Cumberbatch in right field. Abenduct. Ump is not giving Abenduct the corner. That's true, though. Number 2, number 1, both of those are knuckleballs, literally almost painting the black. So blue's been a little bit harsh, and there also is the sense the knuckle text framing is only 68, so maybe a better catcher gets you those calls. I don't know. Amir Khan settles back in. Ronald Lee takes their lead at second base. Abenduct looks in for the sign. 108 pitches, and the 2-1 offering is going to be low, I believe. Ball 3. That one was a little bit way off the plate, almost hitting Amir Khan in the shins a little bit there, and it will be a batter's count 3-1 for Amir. Khan looks out. Abenduct looks in, and the 3-1 offering is going to be up and in, ball 4. So Amir Khan does get his walk. I believe that's the first walk of the evening for Benjamin Abenduct, and 7th walk of the season, as he now has a runner on first and second for Amir Andrews. That is not a bad situation right there. Khan could actually hit you for a single there if you're not careful. So that is not a bad decision right there for Abenduct. I don't think you're going to go complete game just because of the fact that you couldn't get past Ronald Lee and end the inning. That is going to dictate how long you can go. Amir Andrews. First pitch on the way from Abenduct. And that just misses inside for ball 1. That was a little bit off the plate, though. Abendcut getting a little shaky here in the bottom of the 8th. He's got runners on first and second and 2 down. And the 1-0 pitch on the way, and that might have just nipped the corner. Yes, it does. Man, you know it's bad when I can tell when it just barely is a strike, but that's a good call right there. Knuckleball just on the outside corner, or outside edge of the plate. That's going to be strike 1. Evening up the count, 1-1 is the situation now for Amir Andrews. He's just got to put the ball in play and hope he drives it someplace far. 1-1 pitch on the way. Ground ball past the first baseman. This could be trouble. Getting it quickly is the right fielder. Here comes the throw. Are they going to send the runner? They are, and it's going to be a safe call at home plate. I don't know if Villarta should have cut that off at first base, but they did cut off the throw home from Cumberbatch. And the Pioneers are going to see their lead now dwindle down to a 3-run lead. And look who's coming up to the plate. This is the matchup we were looking for all game. Pablo Sanchez walks up to the plate with 2 runners on, and he is the tying run. Abenduct, 113 pitches. He's starting to eke into the yellows now. I don't think he's in penalty territory quite so soon, but this is a huge at bat right here for Pablo Sanchez. 1 for 3 in the ball game, 2 home runs on the season. The Reapers would love to give themselves a tie right here if they can get it. Pablo settles into the batter's box. Abenduct, 11 Ks on the evening. That's true. That's true. If this is correct and the Pioneers do what they're supposed to do, they're walking Pablo Sanchez on 4 straight balls. They're not even going to pitch to him. Pablo Sanchez fouls it off on pitch number 1. They're going after him. Okay, that's a bold choice. Let's see if it pays off. Abenduct has chosen and elected to go after Pablo Sanchez here. And the 0-1 offering is going to be outside ball 1. Evening up the count is that knuckleball just off the plate. Wow, I'm actually really surprised they're pitching to him at this point. But then again, you do have the best pitcher in the game. So I guess this is the matchup that everyone's here they paid to see. So give it to them, I guess. Man, 1-1 pitch on the way. That's going to be low, ball 2. You might still walk him in the end just because you're not going to give him anything good to hit. So we'll see if that's also the case. Abenduct, a 2-1 pitch on the way to Pablo Sanchez. We'll see if it's another ball, basically. Here it comes. That's going to be inside, and it's going to be ball 3. Just missed the inside part of the plate, and it will be a 3-1 count for Pablo Sanchez. Yeah, I think Abenduct just basically believes in his control, paints corners. If he walks him, no worries, but just don't give Pablo anything good to hit. Pablo Sanchez, 3-1 count on the way from Abenduct. This is where you kind of wish Pablo Sanchez did not have good eye. He's got 78, but if he didn't have good eye, you couldn't walk him, basically. It is like an anti-walk mechanism, basically. But it may all come down to Brett. Yeah, it may all come down to Brett. 3-1 pitch from Abenduct, and here it comes. And that's going to be ball 4 low. Abenduct is like, not the worst thing in the world. Bases are going to be loaded for George Brett. George Brett, the left-handed batter, has to go one more time against the left-handed pitching Benjamin Abenduct. 118 pitches now for Abenduct. Brett's batting .400, though, for the regular season. You also get to the question of when do you go to the bullpen? Yeah, you do. I mean, you do have Jason Johnson in the bullpen and Nick Rodriguez. They drafted 2 decent relief pitchers. They're not Benjamin Abenduct, though. So there is a sense of, like, you're not going to go to them unless you are, like, with an open base paths, just need 3 outs kind of situation. Otherwise, you're going to stick with Abenduct. He is your best option here. George Brett looks out at the now officially beginning to tire a little bit Abenduct as the bases are loaded and there are 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th. This is the Reapers' best chance and probably their only chance here in this ball game. If they can't get something here, it's probably over. First pitch from Abenduct to Brett, and that's going to be, I believe, in there for a strike. Good pitch right there from Abenduct, 68-mile-an-hour knuckleball, and that just floated into the strike zone against Brett. Brett shakes it off, Gets back into the batter's box. Abenduct stares in for pitch number 2. And here it comes. Brett pops it up behind the home plate. Catcher's there to make the grab, and that is going to be how it ends for the bottom of the 8th. Brett slams the bat down on his way to first base. Abenduct gets out of the inning. He gives a resounding roar, and the Reapers only manage to get 1, and they will go to the top of the 9th. Oh, you had your chance there, Reapers. You had the chance. And it's going to be hard to pull through when you don't capitalize on those. All right, top of the 9th we go. Angelique Harding now has to get through Ashley Weber, Marcellus Marks, and potentially Ricky Henderson. We'll see if they swap out for tie 24 after a batter or two here. Ashley Weber. Sorry, I did pitch by mistake. 3-1 pitch on the way to Ashley. Ground ball to the first baseman, past the first baseman, and into right field it goes. Leadoff single for the Pioneers, and they'd like to get that run back, basically. Marcellus Marks up against the 35 pitches Angelique Harding. I'm kind of surprised if they're keeping Harding in, but I guess this is still fine. First pitch on the way. There goes Ashley, and no throw from Lee. He has mishandled every single, stealing attempt, which is kind of concerning. I'm not entirely sure if that's an element that I don't know about in terms of catchers, but Ronald Lee has not attempted to catch anybody in this game, if my memory is correct. Regardless, Marcellus Marks has a 1-2 pitch on the way from Harding, and that's going to be looked at for strike 3. Marcellus Marks continues to be a problem for the Pioneers' offense, and it'll be Ricky Henderson time. Ricky has got Angelique Harding still on the mound. 39 pitches now for Harding. Runner on second, 1 down. And the first pitch on the way is going to be flied out to right field. Standing still as right fielder makes the grab, and that will get the out. And holding at second is going to be Ashley Weber. So they retire Henderson on 1 pitch. And Angelique Harding is going to hopefully be able to pitch the rest of the ball game after Jib Von Drake leaves in the top of the 6th. That would be amazing. No tie 24 needed. Angelique Harding has got Jerry Santillan. Lefty against the righty. Ground ball to first base. Harding's there to make the grab at first base, and that will retire the side. No runs on the 1 hit, no errors. The runner left on after stealing second. And we'll go to the bottom of the 9th. It is still 5-2 in favor of the Oregon Pioneers. And it is still going to be Benjamin Abenduct's ball game to finish. Now, the question's going to be, can he? He's at 120 pitches. He has gone into that range for pitch counts, I believe. 129, 118, 123. So he's at his limit right about now. He might be able to go 1 or 2 more batters before the game is probably just going to pull him regardless. And we are in save situation. So maybe we'll see Jason Johnson come in for a 1-out save and get the cheeky save, basically. Rocco Labastra will be the first batter here in the bottom of the 9th. And the first pitch on the way from Abendcut is grounded to the shortstop. Picks it up, fires it across. 1 pitch, 1 out. Weber is able to make the play, make it look easy. And Benjamin Abenduct's now at 121 pitches. Can Abenduct get the complete game? It's not going to be a shutout this time, but he is looking to get another complete game under his belt as John Doe steps to the plate. 115 on the batting average, 0 for 3 in the ball game. First pitch on the way. Popped up on the infield. Abenduct has elected to go for contact. Second baseman tries to outduke the first baseman on the play. First baseman Villarta makes the glove on the pop-up, though. 2 pitches, 2 outs. And it'll all be down to Cheryl Reynolds. Benjamin Abenduct looking to complete the game. He gives up potentially 2 runs, but the 11 strikeouts is a fantastic performance from him. It'll all be down to Cheryl Reynolds. 1-2 pitch on the way from Abenduct. Strike out number 12. Abenduct gets the complete game. Henderson steals home. And the Pioneers get their complete game number 3 of the season from their ace starting pitcher. They take down the Reapers 5-2. And Abenduct wins the matchup between him and Pablo Sanchez. Pioneer closer should complain about the manager stealing away his save. Yeah, we probably could have a discussion about why on earth we're not doing any saving in this game right here. I mean, does Abendcut really need to go 9 innings there? I don't know. Final pitching score for Abendcut is going to be only 79. But player of the game, in my opinion, is actually Ashley Weber. 4 for 5 in the evening, 2 runs scored, an RBI to her name, and 3 stolen bases. Ashley Weber was absolutely phenomenal in today's ball game. Congratulations to the Oregon Pioneers. With that win, they now move to being the first team to get, what are they now? No, are they 5-2 now? Yeah, they're 5-2, so they are still technically competing with the Rockets for the first place of the STL, but that is officially the first team to win 5 games in the STL. It is going to be your Oregon Pioneers. All right, folks.